today I'm going to really help you turn your attention to exactly where you need to turn your attention within your desk or within your business to level it up. Because how often do you go, oh, I know I need to do this, but I don't know where to start? And a great example of that would be AI, automation. How do I use VAs? All this sort of stuff. I know I should do it, and I know I should be leveraging AI. I know I should be doing more automation, but I just don't know where to start. If that's you, like if you hear yourself saying, I just don't know where to start, I'm going to give you the Elon Musk framework of thinking. Okay, because whether you like the guy or not, he's a crazy madman. He knows how to scale and run a business, and there's no doubt about that. So he has a very clear agenda each week, and I'm going to run you through what that is. And what this will hopefully do for you is give you absolute clarity on, oh my God, that's exactly what I need to do, because that's what happened to me when I heard these analogies. I'm going to give you two examples, okay? And it should really be the lens you look at your entire business and your entire desk through for here on out and into eternity, because I know it's changed the way I view things in my business literally this year, and already I'm seeing massive improvements. So what are those two things, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is let's run through what Elon Musk does week in, week out, and how does he run these things? If you don't know who I'm talking about, I don't know what rock you've been living under, but he runs Tesla. He runs SpaceX. He runs Starlink. He bought Twitter and rebranded it X. You know, he's got another company called The Boring Company. Like, the guy just knows how to make money, okay, and run businesses. But how on earth does he stay so connected to those businesses, and how does he function within those? And so he has an advisor who I was watching the other day who works very closely with him. And he said it's really simple. Watching Elon work is actually quite simple, because he just gets straight to the point, and what he wants to do is solve problems. So what he'll do, he'll come in on a Monday and he'll sit with the board or the managers or the leaders of Tesla. And he'll say, okay, it's Monday. What's our biggest problem right now? And they'll go, oh, our biggest problem that we need to solve right now is this. And you go, okay, cool, okay. Then he'll go to SpaceX and he'll go, okay, guys, what's our biggest issue right now? This is our biggest issue right now. Okay, cool. And he'll do that with all his businesses. He'll go to X, what's our biggest issue right now? What's our biggest issue right now? And literally on the Monday, he'll collect the one singular biggest issue that is bottlenecking that business. He will go away then with himself or with his team or whatever, and his job for the entire week is to solve that one problem for that one business. So and then he comes back the next week and he says, okay, I've solved that problem. What's the next biggest problem? And Elon Musk's job is solving problems. Every week he solves a problem for Tesla, and every week Tesla has another problem. Okay, so in an entire year, Elon Musk has solved 52 problems, major problems for Tesla. And, you know, this advisor saying, oh, look, I've worked with other businesses before. It would take 6 months to get to a point where we've solved an issue in a big corporation, a listed entity, because you've got, you know, stakeholders to talk to, you've got, you know, discussion groups about it, you look at it from different angles, whereas Elon just goes, let's just get in there and get it done. And I think that approach is amazing. And I heard that and went, well, it makes sense, but how does that help you and your desk, and how does that help you scale your desk or your business? I think it's more that's the approach he takes. The second story I'm going to give you is the one that makes you go, aha, okay, this one makes a lot of sense. Okay, so I'm going to give you this analogy, right? So let's just take a car factory. Okay, you got a car factory that can pump out, their job is to make and sell cars. And in any one day, this car factory can make one engine, it can make 12 tires, and it can make, 3 windshields, okay? So essentially they can make a car in a day, and they're the 3 main components that they pump out. And let's just say someone in that business says, hey, I've come up with a way that we could double the production of tires in a day. And you go, oh, that sounds good. So I can get double the amount of tires, I pay half as much. Let's talk about that. So what happens is you talk about it, you invest some ideas and time and energy into it. You then go, that's a great idea. Let's invest some time, energy, and money into that. And you go down a path, project teams distracting you from your day-to-day, distracting you from, what you'd normally be doing because this is now extracurricular work. Yes, we're being more efficient. Yes, we're going to go from 12 to 24 tires in a day. But how many more cars are you going to sell in that day? The answer is 0. You are not going to sell any additional cars because your number one constraint is you can still only make one engine per day. So if you look at your production line and you've got, I can make an engine a day, I can make 12 tires a day, and I can make 3 windshields a day, your number one constraint is not tires, because you could make 3 cars in a day if you could make more engines. Your number one constraint is not windshields, because you're already making 3 of those, and that's not a constraint because you could pump out 3 cars. Your number one constraint, if you are this car factory, is your engine. You need to put all of your energy and focus into, how do I make more engines? How do I make another engine in a day? And so the ethos I've taken out of that story, the ethos I've taken out of the Elon Musk story is, what is your number one constraint? What is the number one thing prohibiting you from selling more of what you sell? Okay, so if it's recruiting, is it candidates? Are you constrained by how many candidates you can find in any given day? If so, your number one constraint is finding more candidates. And every single project you have, every single extracurricular activity that you do, every single thought you have outside of actually doing your job should be, how on earth do I find one more candidate? How on earth do I find one more person? Because that is how you're going to make one more sale. Okay? It might be that you need more jobs. You don't have enough jobs. You're number one, but you've got lots of candidates. So why would you go and find more candidates if you don't have enough jobs for these candidates? Your number one constraint is the number one focus you need on your business. And if you can solve that problem, you will make more money. It is so simple. We get so distracted by shiny things. I know I used to get, and still do, get distracted by shiny things because I'm ADD as hell. But I've got a team around me that can kind of run with that, and they've learned to work with that. But reining that in, the number one question you ask yourself, if you're about to embark on any activity, let's just say the layer is AI. I want to go deep into AI. Everyone's talking about AI. How do we use AI for recruitment? And we're going to do some stuff on that later. But great. But what are you applying? What are you using AI for? Let's look now at your number one constraint at your desk, in your business. What is that number one thing holding you back from making more of what you make? And then the answer presents itself so clearly to you. And now all of a sudden you go, okay, the answer is I need more candidates. So I need to solve that problem of how I can double the amount of candidates I get in a week. And if you can solve that problem, you will simply make more money. So that's it. The Elon Musk approach to scaling your desk or business. It's 1, find your number one constraint. 2, solve the problem. Just solve that problem. That's the only problem you should be solving, okay? If you've been following this podcast, you've been hearing murmurs, you've been hearing rumors. We are coming up to our 200th episode, and we are going to do a massive giveaway. And when I say massive giveaway, we've never done a giveaway before. We don't give stuff away. We give the podcast away, but I want to give you guys more. I really do. As I've said, 50,000 plus people listening to this thing a month, and it's time to start, giving some stuff to you guys to really, to really push yourself. So we want to give you the opportunity. We want to put you in the draw. And if you want to get into the running on our 200th episode, we are going to pull a name out of a hat. Okay. And that name is going to win a free one-on-one coaching session with me, one-on-one, either over Teams or in person if you're in Sydney. But you can be anywhere in the world, and I will jump on. I will do a deep dive with you on your desk, where you are in your market, with your mindset, whatever you want to talk about. And I'm very good at getting to the point very quickly with you. I'll work out where we need to push and pull. But I'm going to tell you now that I can't wait to meet whoever wins that one, and we're going to get some absolute gold dust out of your desk. We're going to make you make a lot of money. I'm so excited. And the second thing we're going to give away is we've got our very first online digital training course designed to double your billings and to fortify your mindset. We're going to give you that free access to that for life as well. So if you want to go into the draw for our 200th episode, be pulled out of a hat, okay, I need you to do one thing, and that is subscribe. The link is below. Subscribe to our emailing list. We do not spam. I think we do like maybe an email a week, and it's really just value. It's just more of what we're getting on the podcast. So if you're not subscribed anyway, you're a goose. But if you are in that subscription list already, good on you. You're automatically in the draw. If you are not in that mailing list, go and put your name in there right now. Like literally right now. As you're listening to this, stop the car, pull over the car, stop what you're doing, put your coffee down. Go to the link below and go and pop your email in there. You'll be in the draw, and in our 200th episode, which is coming up very, very soon, I hope that your name gets pulled, okay? That's all I have time for you today. Like, share, subscribe. It helps us grow. As always, have an amazing day, and may all your deals and your number one constraints be solved.